Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well. You guys know I'm a fashionable guy. You've seen the vibe checks. And given I'm such a fashionable guy, expert in all things fashion, I thought we would do a video about drip here. Just a video all about drip, critiquing drip, tearing out different types of drip, different drippers. Let's do it. Okay, first let's start off with our man over here, Andrew Bird. Singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist extraordinaire, who is usually out here with the very neatly fitting suits. It's a nice, tight, suited indie drip. I think a lot of this, old school suit wearing and kind of debonair flair comes a lot from his squirrel nut zippers days, but he's been able to creatively carry it on through much of his career. And Andrew Bird is just, looking good as always, whether it's in a suit or just kind of casual with a flannel or something like that. It's just a good quality, older gentleman indie drip. And I think that's all I have to say about that. I would put it solidly in the A column, not too eccentric or out there, like reinventing the wheel or anything, but always quality, always good, very consistent. Again, I would throw this over in the A, not column, row. I'm sorry I said column. Austin is going to kill me behind the scenes because I said next. Let's put on our man with a different kind of drip, Ben Death Cab for Cutie Gibbard. Ben is a bit of an odd bird as far as drip goes. Like, I'm never seeing him wear anything like too impressive. He never seems to like really go out of his way too much. And while I have picked a good picture, a good photo of him here, hair-wise, like, he's always kind of confusing me on the hair end of things. It seems like he doesn't know what to do with his hair a lot of the time. I like the short cropped cut that he has going on here. I think it looks good on him, but sometimes, like, as an older gent with the hair in his face, or the middle part that he has going on, sometimes it's just a little odd. Seems like a little awkward. It doesn't quite fit. I don't know what's going on. I think this haircut is great for Ben. I wanted to, sort of like steel man the situation a little bit. Didn't want to catch Ben at his worst. Didn't want to rate Ben at his worst or anything like that. But, Ben to me is like working with some okay, cash indie dad vibes here, but not going above and beyond or anything. I could put it in the C. It's not terrible, but it's a little inconsistent. And, I'm not exactly sure like what he's doing half the time in terms of drip. And I think he could be drippier, especially given he's Ben Gibbard. Like, come on, you're Ben Gibbard. You could be flooding this planet with drip if you wanted to. But, I think he's not really putting in everything that he can to, drip or drown. Next on the list here, we have another indie dad fellow, Mr. John Darnielle, who looks like he's wearing like a Dare t-shirt or some kind of like Dare-esque shirt with, just a bit of a blazer, a coat, something like that. Some standard indie dad drip t-shirt, blazer, looking pensive, just kind of staring off into the sky, looking like he's thinking deep thoughts. John Darnielle, like drip-wise, is usually pretty decent. As far as like indie dad drip goes, he's somewhat well put together. I don't see John ever looking too awkward, and there are points in John's like, drip progression where I think he's really killing it. I don't want to alarm anybody or freak anyone out too much, but as of, I think like this past spring, John Darnielle with the goatee is back. I know this is crazy. We've seen this like at a few points before, and John isn't necessarily like, dripping it out or anything with this, almost like purplish burgundy-ish shirt over here. He's really kind of playing it pretty cash, but it's a rare treat when we get to see a goatee John, because I do think he looks like a little bit of like a conquistador or something like that. I could see him like swinging around a saber, fighting some pirates, that sort of thing. And usually I think John does a pretty good job with the hair and the glasses combo as well. Even though the hair usually looks a little messy, there's certainly like purpose to it, looks pretty good. I think I would put John in the B column. I think he's usually looking pretty solid fashion-wise. And when he does pull out the goatee, it's almost like a drip grand finale as far as like, that indie dad vibe goes. Look, I'm going to be honest, Decemberists, in my opinion, they're usually looking pretty good, especially for an older group. They're usually looking slick. They're usually looking well put together. They're nicely suited. They're nicely fitted, but it doesn't look boxy. It doesn't look terrible. It doesn't make them look too old. It's not breaking the mold of fashion or anything like that, but I think the Decemberists are really out here killing it in the fashion game whenever I'm seeing like photos of them live, whenever I'm seeing like photos of them, promo photos and stuff. Decemberists are usually looking pretty good. I would definitely put them in the A row, or even like a low S on a good day, low S. But Decemberists are usually looking pretty good, and I really appreciate that as a whole cohesive group. They're usually looking good. You know, sometimes it's easy to look good just on your own, but as a full unit, as a full group looking good, that can be tough. Case in point, over here we have the hold steady. For this video, we couldn't really, find a great picture of. All I could say here is that I'm dying of thirst. I'm dying of thirst. Where is the drip? Like the ill-fitting coats, the Adidas coat, the different fitting jeans, and the vest. There's just no consistency. There's nothing here. I'm just lost. I'm lost in all of this nothingness. I can't explain enough how devastating this is. To be so profoundly dripless is just sucking my soul of its life energy. I have to put this in the E section at the very least. I mean, it's probably not like, drip that's so bad it's like an atom bomb going off. Geez, it's really like up there. Next, we have Jay Mascis of Dinosaur Jr. fame with really some amazing drip over here. Great color coordination. Love that he looks like an old school indie dad, but on top of it, he's also just like giving off these renegade vibes. Loving the bug-eyed glasses, Jay's trademark silver long hair going in every direction, his nicely put together beard, which he's always rocking. The bandana, I mean, God, it is so hard to rock like a neck bandana and make it look cool. Have you seen those videos and pictures of Elon Musk with the black bandana? Looks like a dumbass. Gotta give this an S, man. It's a lot of like classic shit put together here. He's not wearing anything like article of clothing wise. It's like breaking the mold, but like the colors are so good, and just like the shape of everything is so good. Jay's just on another level, man. He's just a drip king. Here we have Jeff Tweedy of Wilco fame over here, looking like a good quality indie dad. You got the denim jacket. We've all seen the indie dad denim jacket. It's out there. Nice striped shirt. Good contrast with the stripes coming in underneath the jacket. Some solid jeans. And Jeff, given his folk and country credentials, he's given us a little bit of a tiny, modest little cowboy hat. He's giving us a little cowboy hat action over here because, he's not just doing some indie shit out here. He's looking a little rustic with it. You know what I mean? Not super crazy on the colors or anything, but some solid pieces over here. And Jeff's usually looking pretty good on top of it. I'd put him in the A row. All right, next we have Weezer over here. And dressing like some classy looking suit jacketed alt-rock dads, which is kind of their vibe for the OK Human record. I like the color palette. They're looking classy. I think Rivers also, shockingly, as of late, as he's been rocking this, I think Rivers is looking good with the long hair and the mustache. Rivers, we usually know, has a clean face, short hair, but he's looking really good. Now, the one standout thing about this picture is Patrick with this shirt. And it makes me wonder, is this the same shirt that Patrick is wearing on the Blue album cover? Don't give Patrick any other kind of shirt other than that shirt. He just loves that shirt. He's just rocking with that shirt now and forever. That's just Patrick's vibe, man. So, it's sad and it's unfortunate that he didn't want to get suited up for this picture because this is a pretty drippy photo. But I do appreciate that he's kind of throwing it back a little bit to the good old days on this one. I also want to say when they're not looking like super suited up, they've also got like some good colors going on. Weezer, they're kind of a fun, silly, tongue-in-cheek, almost like, we're here to have a good time kind of band. And when they kind of let loose clothes-wise, they look colorful and they look great. I'm usually messing with Weezer's outfits and everything. I'd give him a B. Oh, no. Austin's trying to do Win Butler over here dirty, giving me this picture of Win Butler looking like a baby Huey type over here in this freaking photo, getting ready to play some basketball, which, hey, Win Butler can hoop. Give Win Butler some credit. I know he's looking kind of silly and almost has like a bit of a knowing smile and an expression on on his face over here. But no, really genuinely though, really genuinely, shout out to Win Butler, because for a man his size, and I don't just mean in terms of like, weight, I mean he's a tall guy. He's usually looking pretty suave. Win Butler definitely seems to like go out of his way to find some good pieces, put together some good colors. He's a stylish, he's a fashionable guy. Don't want to hate on Win Butler really at all. I think he's always got some good outfits put together, and I think he seems to put a lot of thought into his indie dad drip, and would definitely put him in the S column. I know sometimes he likes to play it a little loose and a little funny and everything, but I think Win Butler's quite drippy. Okay, next we have Jim O'Rourke. Songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, multi-genreist, really, who is over here looking, I think, like really Jim to me, like drips with that authenticity, that clothing, that drip authenticity that I think a lot of the indie set and the indie dads in general try to like put on and make it look like it's totally them and make it look casual, but like, damn, look at that sweater. Look at the hole in it. That's a terrible hat. But the thing is, like, the fact that it's terrible and he's rocking it with, the moppy hair and everything, that says so much. The fact that he's rocking it anyway, along with some of the silver in the beard, that shirt is hanging on for dear life, but, it's unbuttoned at the top, looking a little casual, shirt underneath that. To me, Jim is like the real deal. He's just throwing this shit on without even thinking about it. And to me, that's like, really almost like sensei level indie dad drip. He just comes off to me as a guy who's like, it's just in his DNA. He's like, not even thinking about it too much, not even putting a whole lot of effort into it. It's just like magically happening for him. It's just a glow that radiates off of him without even having to try, which I think gets him in the S column for sure. Kanye, with a flannel on, this is all just too baggy. The flannel's looking like an art smock, and everybody knows that only I'm allowed to wear flannel, so I kind of put this down there in the D column. It's not too good. I wish Kanye could drip a little harder. And seems like we have a white guy dressing as a Rastafarian, which is kind of offensive and in bad taste, and honestly outdated at this point. Don't know who this guy is, but this is very much not drip at all. It's failing drip. If you brought this into drip class, you'd be just failed out of the course, and we would question as to whether or not you were allowed back in. I think this is a good drip tier list. I think that's going to do it. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, drip forever.